Welcome aboard my 2018 pre-facelift MG3 Form Sport 1.5. It is powered by 1.5 litre 4-cylinder dual overhead cam variable valve timing petrol engine that is naturally aspirated and produces about 103 brake horsepower all the way up at 6,000 RPM. It has a 5-speed manual gearbox. The ride on the MG is very sporty. It is on the sporty edge. It is fairly firm, which is great for the bends, but it can be a wee bit choppy in town. But it's great for country bends that I spend most of my time on. As you can hear, it's very quiet, very refined. There's little road noise and wind noise. And it does make a good growl when you put the hammer down. The variable valve timing helps to increase acceleration in the high revs. It also helps to boost fuel economy at the lower end of the rev band. Speaking of which, fuel economy isn't brilliant. I'm getting about 35 to 38 with mixed enthusiastic driving, whereas my mum's EcoBoost 1 litre Fiesta 125 is averaging 43 miles to the gallon, but she does drive very slowly indeed. The seats on this MG3 are very comfortable, nice and supportive. The bolsters hold you in well, although I think if you were slightly wider you might struggle a bit, but it's comfortable for me. The head restraint is well adjustable and well positioned. This car has hydraulic power steering rather than electric, which is common nowadays. It's a little bit more old-fashioned, but I prefer it because you get more feedback through it. Visibility is good all round. Nice big windscreen with big quarter windows. The gearbox is the throw in the gearbox is nice and close together. It's a joy to use. The clutch is well weighted. It is a little on the heavy side, but it's nicely weighted for high speed gear changes, but it hasn't caused me any issues in town. This car has just turned 3 years old and is on 33,500 miles exactly, and you couldn't tell it's very well borne in. There's no bumps or squeaks or bangs or clangs. It's very well put together. There's no dashboard rattles at all. The steering wheel's got nice grip on it. It's leather wrapped with music controls, cruise control on it. The air conditioning on this vehicle is very good, nice and cool. Keeps a nice humidity, doesn't get too sweaty or sticky. Yeah, it's just a joy to drive really. The brakes are good. There are ventilated discs on the front and drums on the rear, but they are responsive and sharp. Trying to avoid the potholes if I can. The rear window is a good size, it's nice and square, good to see out of. The mirrors are very large on this car as well, which is great, especially in town. They're a good shape as well. Just a wonderful car really. Exceptional value for money. It's got all the toys on it that I could possibly imagine and wish for. Except the heated seat though, that would be nice, but I mean, first world problems really. Just put a jacket on. The driver's seat is height adjustable as well, which being a gentleman of the shorter stature, I like that because I like to be able to see ahead more. The great thing about this MG3 is it can be quiet and refined and well put together and comfortable when you want it to be, just sort of tootling along, but it can also be an MG if you decide to get a hoon on. Bend was tighter than I expected, but the brakes coped well. The car I came from before was a 2008 Toyota Aygo, which in comparison was very tinny and Spartan. In this, I'm really enjoying the build quality and the refinement, and it just feels like it feels more of a car than a toy car, to be honest. The MG3 is on quite wide tyres. It's 195, 55, 16-inch tyres. So it keeps the car nice and planted. This time of year is never the best. Potholes. We've just come out of winter. Just got onto a single carriageway B road with a national speed limit. Let's test acceleration. And that's 60 miles per hour now. I shall just engage my cruise control and set the air conditioning. This MG3 is fantastic for just hurtling along these country roads. It's very dynamic, but yet very comfortable as well. Steering is really good. It gives lots of feedback through the wheel. It is a tad on the heavy side for parking, but you soon get used to it. I much prefer having the high speed feeling and confidence than the light parking. I much prefer that. The A-pillars at the bottom of the MG3s are quite thick, but that's normal in cars. But the mirrors are nice and wide to help compensate that, and it has got quarter windows that you can peer through. Then the brakes are sharp, they don't fade at all, they're nice and responsive. They're progressive. I find, for example, Ford brakes on new Fords to be very grabby, whereas these have a constant feeling throughout. I've driven a couple of Fiestas and Focuses, and every time I go to brake I almost go through the windscreen, which I find a bit unnerving. This little 1.5 engine does make a great tune. gearbox is so slick and quick to go in, it's a delight. I think I shall conclude my mini road test of this 2018 MG3 here. It's a fantastic car, I would highly recommend. It's got start stop. It's a fantastic car, I would highly recommend having a look at one. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe for more content coming soon.